What if every day you didn't have to do anything? Snacks and drinks were always available, but you had to live in a hallway. How long could you last under those conditions? The older brother and younger brother grew up depending on each other, living by petty theft. One day, the older brother managed to steal a lot of good stuff. They were ecstatic, and about to open a bottle of juice to celebrate. Then, suddenly, the police barged in. Their hideout had been discovered. The two brothers fought back, but their advantage was only temporary. Because, well, the police had guns. So they ran, chasing and being chased, until they reached a hallway. The police fired a shot at the two brothers below. The older brother was hit and collapsed. Then an explosion sounded from above. The younger brother, seeing that resistance was useless, helped his brother up and surrendered. The most urgent thing now was to get to the hospital. The three of them descended the stairs to the first floor, ready to leave. But to their surprise, the door on the first floor was locked. The police tried for a long time, but couldn't break it open. They had no choice but to go down further. There was another staircase below, but when they looked closely, they realized the floor beneath the first floor was the ninth floor. What was going on? The police saw this, dropped the brothers, and decided to check it out personally. So he ran from the ninth floor to the first. Then, he was dumbfounded, because he ran into the brothers again. Everything was impossible to believe. He started walking back, but when he climbed back up to the ninth floor, he found the same thing. He had a rough idea of what was going on. The police tried throwing a key down to the lower floor. Seconds later, the key fell back down again. It seemed like an endless loop staircase. Luckily, there was a vending machine on the landing, so food and drink were no longer an issue. There were only the three of them in the hallway, so they temporarily became allies. But the next day the older brother died from his gunshot wound and blood loss. This tragic accident shattered the fragile peace between them. In a fit of rage, the younger brother grabbed a gun and aimed it at the police. 35 years had passed.